The way ZippyApp started was I have many friends who are in restaurant industry and have type of businesses that hire hourly workers. And they all had a lot of issues hiring hourly workers. And if you look at it from both perspectives, not only the employers have a hard time finding workers, job seekers have a very hard time finding job also, because the traditional method of applying for a job in the hourly job market is an employment application. You go from place to place, fill out an employment application, and you turn it in, and you hope to hear. And that kind of created a migration from a paper application to PDF application. So you downloaded a PDF file, and then they created online applications. But still, you had to fill out an application after application. So if you wanted to apply for 5 jobs, you had to go to 5 different websites, fill out that application 5 times, and it's the same employment application. You know, they all ask for name, address, phone number, prior employments, 3 of them, education, 3 of them, references, availability, and so on. You can go to Office Depot and buy a stack of applications also. That's a very inefficient process for applying for a near minimum wage job. So we thought, why have the poor applicant do that? So the number one thing is, let's create what we call a common employment application. So job seekers fill out one employment application, and they can apply to any job with just a couple of clicks. Okay? And these days, everybody is on their mobile device. So let's have them do it on their mobile device. Okay? So that's on the applicant side. Then on the other side is the challenge is that everybody is getting these applications, you know, through whatever channel. They're incomplete, and they have many issues, and they sometimes accept resumes, and resumes are things that basically it's a sea of text. Okay? And you have to actually hunt for the information that you want. So it's a very inefficient process for hiring. So as you see, it creates really inefficiencies on both sides of this marketplace. So that's why we created ZippyApp, which is a recruitment marketing and application management system. The reason we call it recruitment marketing is because recruitment is really a marketing function. You are marketing your job. If you want good people to work for you, you have to sell them on the job, that this is the right job for you. This is what you will be doing. This is what the career path is for you. So you're really marketing that job. If you treat people like, come on in here, stand there and do that, they're not going to last very long. I mean, the transition from baby boomers to Gen Xers to millennials has really shown that the millennials, which make up the 90% of the workforce in the hourly job market today, is that they have to be sold on the job. So it's really a marketing function. Okay? So let's look at some numbers now. Restaurant industry has anywhere between 100% to 300% turnover. 300% turnover means that your entire staff gets replaced 3 times in 1 year. That's a huge number, okay? Generally in restaurants, the labor cost is 25 to 35% of your cost. For a QSR, quick serve restaurant, is more like 25%, the higher it goes. So imagine 1/3 of your cost is labor cost. It's a huge thing. To hire a new employee, including the training and all of the application process that you go through, is $1,000 to $3,000. So for a McDonald's that basically has about 60, 70 people on payroll for one location, that they go through 100% to 300%. Let's take the lower number, 100% turnover. That means you're hiring 60, 70 people a year. That's $60,000, $70,000 a year that you're spending on hiring people, okay? And a McDonald's makes about $2 million a year, and at that kind of labor cost, that's about 15% of their labor cost that goes towards something like this, okay? And 25 miles is the maximum distance that a job seeker will travel for an hourly job. And if you look at it, the reason that this area has a very tough time recruiting is because if you look at it, within a 25-mile radius of Palo Alto, there aren't any affordable housings. Okay, East Palo Alto, Redwood City are the lower parts, but it's very difficult to commute to this place and pay for parking and all of that. So it makes it very difficult to find. So that's another challenge. And finally, engagement. Engagement meaning when somebody sees your job ad, okay, and if they click, and that turns into an application. So that, we call it click-to-apply ratio, okay? Click-to-apply ratio is about 3 to 7%. Because the engagement or the experience is so poor that they don't want to go through it. So they click on it. The job description is written very poorly. Okay? Sometimes they're written like what I call a prison sentence because they want to cover their behinds, you know, that, oh yeah, you'll be standing on your feet. Everybody knows a waiter stands on their feet all day long. Okay? You don't have to repeat that 15 times to, you know, to get compliance. So they read like a prison sentence. So you get very low engagement. What would that do? That makes your advertising cost astronomical. Today, you know, one of the best systems that exist is Craigslist. In this area, it's $75 a pop to place an ad on Craigslist. It's good for 1, maybe 2 days, okay? Because then it gets pushed down, and at 3% click rate, whew, it's extremely expensive. So these are all of the challenges that I mentioned to you. So how do we solve this? This is what we have. We call it hourly employment marketplace. So we start off with, this got a little bit overwritten, but we start off with a job distribution network. Because the #1 challenge is to get the job in front of the right people. Okay? And instead of reinventing the wheel, today there are many job distribution channels. Today, people go to Indeed, Monster, Jobs to Career, and a host of known job boards to find, and a lot of them go to Google. So it's #1 thing to do is to get the jobs on these job boards. The second thing is to actually optimize these jobs so that they're found and create a user experience that actually that 3 to 7% click-to-apply ratio increases. Okay? So the way we address that is through that common employment application. So you fill out one employment application on ZippyApp, and you can apply to any job on the ZippyApp network. And to cover all channels, we provide every location with a window decal like this with a unique QR code, so job seekers can simply scan the QR code with their mobile device and apply for that job. Because you are here on Palo Alto, 3 Seasons restaurant right around the corner, except ZippyApp. There's a sticker on the window, scan the QR code, submit your pre-filled employment application with 2 clicks. Okay? That is an unmatched experience. Okay? So because of that, we are getting 30% click-to-apply ratio, which is unmatched in the industry. Okay? So now you have plenty of people that apply in some markets, and you got the jobs in front of them. Now we have to make the job easy for the employer to go through these applications and make it easy. So we have an algorithm that actually matches the job seeker to the job. So on a 5-star rating, we tell the employer that this person might be better than that person. Actually, this application might be better than that application. Because a job applicant might apply to 2 or 3 different jobs, and they might be a better food runner than a waiter. So we give them a higher rating as a food runner than a waiter. So we look at the application to that extent. Okay? So it's really a complete solution. And the way really it works underneath is Every location gets its own unique recruiting page. That's one of the big differentiators between the existing systems. Today, if you want to go apply for a job, you go to In-N-Out Burger /jobs, and then you have to find the location that you want to work in. You are in Sunnyvale. The fact that they have hundreds of other locations somewhere else doesn't concern you, or it's not exciting to you. I'm here in Sunnyvale, I want to apply. So get me to the Sunnyvale location really quickly. So every location gets its own unique recruiting page on ZippyApp, and this has many advantages. The number one advantage is you can market this location differently than the one in Iowa. Okay, so that's number one. This is unique in Google's local search engine optimization. In many instances, we actually show up ahead of the company's website because of our own search engine technology, optimization technology. So when you go to Google and search for counterburger jobs, we show up ahead of counterburger. Okay? Because of that. And again, to cover all bases, every location, now that every location has its own unique recruiting page, every location has its own unique web address. You give them a QR code with a window decal, scan and apply your common employment application. And contrary to our name, we are not an app. Because the name of the game in applying for a job is ease of applying. Downloading an app is a major step in the application process. So we actually use responsive web technology. It runs natively in any browser. So all you have is a QR code reader on your mobile device. You scan it, it comes up. It automatically senses what kind of a device you're on. It tailors itself to that device. You're good to go. Okay? So this is for a Chick-fil-A location. Okay? They get their own recruiting page. Okay? Scan the QR code, visit location. The system is natively available in both English and Spanish. With a single click, you can translate the entire site to Spanish because a large portion of the, oops, I better be quick. A large portion of the worker population, Spanish is their first language, so it's very important to have the system in both English and Spanish. They can submit an application in Spanish. The employer on that side can translate it to English as well. So it works both ways. Again, the applicant management system, they can do all of that. So it's got really all of the applicant management functions that you need to manage your applicants as they come in, and the 5-star rating really makes it simple. And now comes the marketing part. Every location is different. Every location requires its own sort of marketing. And this is actually a brand new Panera Bread opening in South San Jose that they're using ZippyApp. They had this banner hanging outside their new location. Before the location was open, people were scanning and applying. A lot of McDonald's actually in the Bay Area are using ZippyApp. So you will see this poster in their window, and people are scanning and applying for the job. So anything that you need in order to capture the audience, and whether that audience is the walk-in or on the job boards or on Google, we address that. So, and we do these, what we call recruiting cards. The recruiting cards are size of business card that sit at the host station. Somebody walks in, wants a paper application. They hand them one of these cards, apply at this location, or scan that QR code and apply. So you go to all of the counter burgers in Bay Area, and actually these cards are sitting at their host station. Very simple to apply, and employers really get a kick out of it. How simple it is. They don't have to worry about where the jobs get distributed. We manage all of that because with one fee, we optimize where their jobs are going to be. Because a job, a waiter job, will do better on certain job boards than a manager job, so a restaurant manager. A restaurant manager job might go to Monster. A waiter job might go to Jobs to Career. So that's the part of the decision making that we take care of so that the busy restaurant manager whose job is to run a business rather than hire has less things to do. Okay? So these are the marketing materials that we designed for Chick-fil-A's and various brands. Okay? That's all I have. Question?
I have a few questions. How do you charge for the service?
It's a monthly service fee. You subscribe per location. So if you have 20 McDonald's, you subscribe each location to the system.
Is this really more for fast casual or?
That's a very good question. Our sweet spot is our QSRs that cook food rather than Subways, for example, to some fine dining, not Michelin 3 stars, because those guys are, different. They're career people, actually work there as a waiter. So more casual dining, and as you get into really higher. And in San Francisco, we have a lot of fine dining. Epic Steak uses our system. Water Bar uses our system. All of Netemius, which is Flour and Water, and Central Kitchen, and so on, they use our system.
How's the onboarding process going with the individual restaurants? How's the sales going through the front door? You're knocking on doors.
That's actually one of the challenges. We try to do more outbound, so we have actually inbound for onesies, and we go after multi-location, sales. So we have a large chain of Applebee's that use our system. We went after those guys ourselves, but Chick-fil-A, we went after them ourselves. But for the onesies, we go after those still. But we are positioning ourselves so that they come to us. We go to a lot of trade shows. We get a lot of leads from that.
Do you include the printed collateral in your design?
No, there's extra charge for those. All of that, there's extra charge for banners, posters, and things like that.
This is great, and this is I thought you mentioned it earlier, getting noticed the app in the first place. So one app is just, hey, there's nobody discovering, there's a QR code. But then you get into like, okay, this is job description, this is the prison sentence. Is it good? And there seems like there's could be some magic there because I heard about a company that was using AI, XDO, to kind of help look at what has been successful, not been successful in terms of writing applications. What do you do in terms of?
Very good point you're raising. We actually, the way really our system works today is we set it up, we charge a setup fee. We charge $100 per location to set up the system because we set it up more professionally. Some people do it on their own. Some more savvier people, they do it on their own. And the experience is very streamlined and fine. But one of the things that you get as a part of that $100 setup fee is that we review your job description. Yes, and the good thing about the system is that the job description for a waiter doesn't change. And if you look at it, the entire restaurant has a finite set of jobs. So once we set up the system, we populate all of the jobs that you have for that type of restaurant. So a full service, you have from dishwasher to runner, expo, prep cook, grill cook, all of the job descriptions that you might have, all the way to front of the house manager, we populate all of that. From then on, all you do is turn the job on or off. Okay? So with a single click, and that's one of the beauties of ZippyApp for the restaurateur is that they don't have to worry about, they review it, they just simply, with a single click, we take care of that distribution for them.
Vary a lot then? I mean, from that $100 setup, or like, what a good waiter description is or a good runner description is?
It actually makes a huge difference in response. When we see that one of our customers is not getting applications because of their job description, because we want our system to shine, we offer them a review at no charge, and we say, these are some of the tweaks that you can make to your job description to get a better response. And that's about, you know, making your early customers happy so that they come back.
I'm a waiter, and I don't know about ZippyApp. Do you have any plans of marketing to advertise, to open up more of a customer base as far as the applicants are concerned?
Well, actually, if you know, that's a very good question, and one that we get asked a lot, that I've never heard of you guys. So how is that going to work? Okay, and what we show them actually is, have you heard of Indeed? Have you heard of Monster? And you know, we do this live actually during a demo. So we'll just go to Indeed and we do a search for waiter in Mountain View. And we'll show them how many of the jobs on the first, second, third page of Indeed search results are by ZippyApp. And you click on that and it brings you directly to ZippyApp and you apply there. Okay, and you do that with Monster, and we actually power the career page of many restaurants. So if you go to Nola's, for example, Nola's is right up here. If you go to their website, you look at careers, you click on careers, it brings you to ZippyApp. Now, Golden Gate Tap Room, you go to their website, you click, it brings you here. So those are ways to actually cover the unknown. But then there are a lot of people that have, you know, learned because they have had, you know, the app. We have many people that repeatedly apply for, because these jobs are what we call evergreen. You never close a waiter job, you know, at a restaurant. So they're always open, and it is, you know, that's one of the challenges in the job market, that when your job gets staled on a job board, it gets pushed down. Okay, so that's where our search engine optimization technology comes in, so that how do you maintain freshness on a job that is a year old?
You might think about like some sort of referral program. You know about that?
Yeah, we have some, I mean, referral from, because it's free for applicants, okay? And we do cover social media, and actually we have very tight integration with Twitter, Facebook, that you can log in and apply. Actually, we have an algorithm that learns from applicants that come in through social media for optimizing the advertising on social media, because you can build a like audience. So if somebody came in through Facebook and you gave a thumbs up to that applicant, then we say, you like this person. So we build a like audience on Facebook, and we target those people on Facebook. So referral programs are a bit tricky to implement, because there has to be an incentive, and you know, we have thought about some incentives that actually restaurants offer, so that you say, hey, if you apply, we give you free dessert. But in tight labor markets, what we actually told our clients was to offer you know, a hiring bonus. And we have a large Panera Bread customer, and they're offering anywhere between $100 to $3,000 hiring bonus. And we have tight integration with Craigslist also, so we can actually post their jobs on Craigslist. There's additional fee for that. So we have the system automatically post jobs for that location to the most ideal type of Craigslist, and you know, it's all of our ads are in HTML, so people click on it, it brings them directly to ZippyApp. It looks much nicer. If you go to Craigslist and search for ZippyApp, you will see our HTML ads.
So what would this cost me as an independent one location restaurant?
$49 a month with a 1-year subscription, $588.
Is that front payment for the full year?
Yes, yes. And $100 setup fee if you want us to do it.
A few questions. Is the traditional employee at the, let's say, kitchen or busing or lower wage center not savvy enough to have a access or use of some of the phones, or is that the
completely changed. Today, actually, most of people have their mobile device as their number one device to access internet. You know, I've actually been involved in some homeless projects, and there are homeless people that have a smartphone, okay? And they're much more comfortable applying through, do everything. Today, I have a lot of data that shows by age demographic, what are their you know, device of choice. And we see that every day, we see that better than 50% of our applicants come through mobile device.
And do you do a background check for the employer or for the employee process?
We don't do it ourselves. We have partnerships with
Who pays the employer or the employer?
the employer pays. We have.
What if an employer doesn't, let's say, in the traditional sense, you walk into a place, you fill out an application, and then they throw it away and go away. Are you repurposing some of that stuff where if somebody doesn't work out in one place, they can suggest it to another place?
We do recommend other places to the applicant, but
The employer that they get someplace.
well, we do. You know, no, the employer cannot. The laws are very strict and tight around that. First of all, you cannot throw away an application. You cannot throw away an application. So if somebody came in and submitted a paper application and you threw it away, you're in trouble. I mean, I know. The waiter is not going to go sue you and say, I submitted my application. But the moment it goes online, there is an electronic record. So for that reason, we keep every application for 2 years. The law says in most states, it says that you have to keep the application for up to 12 months. The application for people that you do not hire. If you hire the person, then it is indefinite. So, and when they submit the application becomes the property of that employer. Is no longer your application.
Sure, but what I mean is, it seems to me that there's an opportunity. Let's say I'm hiring for XYZ position, and that applicant came in number 2 or number 3, and I didn't hire them. Again, they'd be great for somebody else.
Sure. No,
Can I then, as the employer, send that back to you at Zippy and say, this is a really good candidate, I just didn't have to hire him, and therefore it becomes an attribute associated with them on the next job?
no, we actually, we recommend other jobs to the applicants ourselves. But they don't, actually, they would never do that because, if they have an applicant that even if it is not qualified, they want to keep that application to themselves in case, one day, because we actually have a feature that is called on-call, that, the applicant can indicate their on-call availability, and you can go in there and say, dishwasher did not show up, okay? And you can immediately go into your application base and say, show me all of the people that are on call today. And you can call them.
But what I'm saying is you're missing the information of the employer that might have had a candidate that missed, whether it be number 2 or number 5 or number 10. I don't think that the window of time that somebody's looking for a job is such that they're looking for 6 months. They may be looking for a week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. And within that week or 2, there may be other people out there. So as a benefit to those employers that are already paying you, sometimes a credit system to allow them.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah.
Therefore, somebody else would benefit. Now you've got an employee that has a high rating from other employers.
Well, the challenge is that you cannot, the laws become very clear that you cannot, we have, in our system, we have thumbs up, thumbs down, we even have applicant rating and all of that. You cannot share that with anybody else. That's illegal. That's completely illegal to say that this guy gave you a thumbs up.
No, not that you gave them a thumbs
No.
up. But it was a high, in other words, if I'm hiring and I see somebody that was a
You cannot do that.
not
No.
necessarily thumbs up, but necessarily somebody that scored well with
You cannot do that.
I think it's a little bit,
That's exactly, very slippery slope.
that's not ZippyApp.
Right, it's a very slippery slope. The laws get,
You can also say that they entered the final round of interviews in other places
No. That gets really murky. I mean, actually, LinkedIn did something similar to it, but in a different way, and that was, they said that you are the 25th applicant who submitted an application for this job. They took that off.
All right, well, we actually, John, like, actually, let's get